Hey everyone, it's Panther34 back with you again. As you can see in the background, a bit of a Batman theme going on. It's currently the 35th anniversary of the 1989 Batman movie, and recently I sat down with Carl Newman, who was Michael Keaton's movement double on that film. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notifications button, and that way you won't miss any future videos. Well, let's get stuck into it. Okay, Carl, it's good to have you here. Thanks for joining me.
It's an absolute pleasure, Steve. We've been trying to do this for a while, haven't we? So I'm glad we've
Uh,
finally
we have
done it.
we have been trying to do this for a while, so it's good to finally get it done. It's really exciting. There's um, a bit of buzz around. I've seen a lot of stuff online about it. How are you feeling?
Well, just like you, I'm just ecstatic about the whole thing. I mean, in the UK, it was August the 11th, as you probably know, but it'll be a case of a double celebration.
Exactly.
Well, every
Exactly.
day's a celebration, really, isn't it? But yeah, just so excited. I think with everything that's going on at the moment with the Batman Live that I managed to get to, getting a chance to go to the States as well in October.
That will be awesome as well for you. That's a great show.
Yeah,
Great show
absolutely.
by the looks of it. So
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to come to Oz. I mean, I love
yeah,
Australia.
we'd love to have you
As
here.
you know, I
Yeah,
lived there for a while.
that's true.
I'd love to be there.
Might have to speak to the Oz Comic Con guys to get you out here next year. That would be fun.
Oh, that would be amazing. It'd be great to work with you, Steve. You know, you do such a great job, and yeah, but there's so much happening. Trying to get to some of these other things that are coming about, the Batman Unmasked as well. That looks very exciting.
Yeah, I actually saw a bit of that online. That looks really exciting. We had something here similar to that, I think, in on the Gold Coast at Warner Bros. Movie
Yes,
World, which I never got up to see. So, um,
oh, that's a shame.
unfortunately, but yeah, the UK one looks
You keep
pretty
really
good.
busy.
I do,
No,
I
but you
do.
keep really busy, don't you? I mean, that's so good to see. I'm always checking in on you and love to see your
Yeah,
posts and whatever
I
you're
like to
doing.
keep busy, Carl. Yeah, but couldn't get up to the Gold Coast to see that. And when I found out it was finishing, it was very quick before it finished, so I didn't have a chance to get up there. So
Yes, but hopefully
that's okay.
they'll have it again. I
I
mean,
think they
usually
will.
they
Yeah,
it's
I think they will.
turn, don't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, they should do. I mean, and you know, we live in hopes, don't we? It's a huge dream, but we live in hopes there'll be a Batman Returns, don't we? A trilogy
oh, definitely.
that would.
Would really love to see that.
I
Um,
mean,
how
I
did
would
you?
die to get another chance, as you can probably imagine.
Oh, I would love to see you back in the suit. Would love to see
Just feel,
Keaton do another one as well with Tim Burton. Um,
yes.
that would be amazing. It really would, just to finish it
Oh,
off. Um,
yeah,
how did you feel seeing Keaton in the Flash?
yeah. I mean, I thought Michael was the best thing about that film. I'm sure you would probably
Well,
agree. And I
he's the
went
only
with,
reason I went and saw it.
yeah. I mean, he's superb, isn't he? Really is. It's just the acting that's there, the cerebral performance that he gives. I mean, he's just incredible. But
Yeah.
yeah, I saw it initially with a double feature. You know, that was the Q&A that I went to in Leicester Square in London, and
Yeah.
they didn't include the finish because of the spoilers.
Ah,
So
right.
I had a good sort of, you know, chance to see it, and then I went with some other great guys talented guys that we did like a Batman pilgrimage, which was really good, and we enjoyed it. I think the thing is, I still can't help being old school. You know that's kind of the way I've grown up with a lot of movies. Not to say I don't like modern movies, of course I do, but
Yeah.
I just feel that there was an overuse of CGI for
Definitely.
me,
Definitely.
and some of it
Yeah.
wasn't so good. but certainly Michael's performance was excellent, and we were all waiting for that, weren't we, as well? So great
Absolutely.
atmosphere in the theatre.
It
Yeah,
was. It
but
was. The
it's
theater was amazing here. I actually went in my '89 costume to see it. Um,
oh wow,
yeah. Some of
fantastic.
some of the
Yeah.
staff at the cinema were just doing that as I walked in. Um, yeah,
It must have given you quite a buzz.
I did. It did. The whole, pretty much
Yeah.
the whole 6 months in the lead up to it was just stoked that he was back and
Yes.
doing a character that was
Yeah.
from so long ago that I saw as a kid. So it's sort of come full circle now that I'm
Yes.
in my 40s. So um, yeah,
Yeah.
not afraid to say I might have had a little tear there when he came on screen for the first time again. Um,
Yeah. I think I
it
was
was
also the
just
same. I felt emotional,
yeah,
to
yeah,
witness him again.
yep,
It's been a
definitely.
long time, hasn't it?
It has, yeah.
And
So yeah, good to see the comeback from so long ago
yeah,
for Michael. But let's talk about the '89 movie. Um, how did you go about to
absolutely.
get that?
Yeah. Well, really, I was dancing quite a lot, as you probably know. I was in London, and it was the place to be very much for a lot of the studios, the TV and the film studios. Everything pretty much was going on there. And I was always working steadily. I was doing my various things. I've worked on some other films, TV, etc. And I just got this call from one of my very established agents called Dancers, and they told me about this film that was going ahead, and that they were coming to England to make it because the exchange was very good with the dollar. And so I pulled along to Pinewood and met Derek Cracknell, and we got on very, very well. And then I came away and didn't hear anything for a while. And then got that second phone call, which was the one that really sort of changed my life in that sense. That was then the chance to go again to Pinewood and put the suit on. And you know yourself, with having an 89 and a returns, how
So
fantastic
true.
that feels.
It does. It does.
But you imagine, the very first, 89 suit that you're putting on. I was only one of a handful of people that had
Yeah,
worn it at that time.
that would have been amazing.
And
Yeah.
oh, just the whole buzz, because Pinewood's synonymous, with James Bond, Star
Yep.
Wars, Raiders,
A lot of amazing movies have been made
all of
there.
those great. Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and so to be there again, but in the suit, and then actually meeting Tim Burton, who I'd known of, for his. I mean, he
Yeah.
was very new guy, wasn't on the block, but just the excitement, it was just coursing through my veins. And then, as a performer, to be given that opportunity, because that's what we all live for, is being given an opportunity to put a great costume on, and it's a superhero, no less.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So everything was there. I can't tell you. I was just, but I was restrained. I thought, you know what, you've been here before. Don't get above yourself. Not that I ever did, but
Yeah.
don't, just contain it. Just relax. Just enjoy the moment, which I did. And then when they asked me to stay, that was the ultimate then, because I thought, yeah, I've actually got this now.
That's
And
so awesome. So awesome, Carl. So awesome to hear
yeah, never knew, Steve, how long it would be. That's the thing. But you just,
well, that's
as
true.
each week, yeah, as each week started, I thought, wow, it's more and more. Just bring it on.
That's awesome. Yeah, putting the suit on is definitely a good feeling. Um,
Yeah,
and that's not even in a movie
and,
setting for me. So to be able to do that
I mean,
for a movie, I would imagine would be such
and as
a
you
really
probably,
amazing feeling.
yeah, and as you probably know, that set was just something else. I mean, I've
Yeah,
worked on some great movies before, but that set was just mind blowing. That the acreage that it sort of covered, was just awesome. You just went from one sound stage, or you went along the Gotham City back lot, as they called it. Um, just everything about it. I mean, the scale and the detail and the feeling. That real dark, sort of brooding Gotham
Yeah,
feeling
The Tim
was
Burton
awesome.
look. We love the Tim Burton look. Um,
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, I've
it's
seen
so
some
brilliant, isn't
photos
it?
of the sets. I think there was some aerial photos of the sets as well, and they just so damn big. Um,
Yeah.
which is a
Yeah.
testament to Burton as well for his vision.
Yes. Yeah. And I mean, really, everything came together as Michael Newman has said, in his interviews and posts and things that, the team that were there, the likes of, Deakins and Pratt and Anton First,
Yep.
um, you know, just mind blowing, really, the whole team and their experiences and that vision.
Pretty
And it
much.
was like one big family. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I loved about it.
that's right. Pretty much the best of the best for that time.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I'm not being biased, but I do feel that when I've seen it again, like at the Batman Live event, people like Jack Nicholson. I mean, they're just phenomenal actors, aren't they? And he for me was, I love Michelle, of course, and I love Danny, but for me, Jack is the real, draw of a villain. I mean, for me, he's just so accomplished. And I love Danny, as I say, and Michelle. But for me, if I had to choose out of the three, Jack would be the one that I would have given an Oscar to if I had to, in that sense. His performance, just incredible.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there. I love Danny as Penguin and Michelle as well as Catwoman. She was amazing, but I think Jack as Joker was
Yes.
just next level. Was before his time with that character, and having had nothing to go on either.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
to just do something that he didn't really know what to do with.
No.
And even though he
And
was
it
a
just
villain,
shows
I kind
you
of liked him. He was very
so
likable.
versatile as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I mean, he had everything, didn't he? The way he can just switch, that little bit of charm and that kind of menace and,
yeah. And then
sinister
when
and
his makeup wasn't
everything.
on, but you could see his face, he was different.
Yes.
So that's a testament to his to an
Yeah.
actor, how they can be different like that just because they haven't
Yeah.
got makeup on.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
people have asked me what they were like, and I did spend a lot of time with them all, really, because you were in very much close proximity, with the scenes, so that there was times where I could be watching some of the filming and some of the scenes that were there, and then other times I'd be right there with them, and that was amazing. That there was no kind of them and us, if you know what I mean. You always respected them, of course.
yeah,
They people that you've grown up with, especially Jack. I mean, he was a big favourite of the family, but I never would be over familiar. But I think there was a feeling that you were welcomed, and I knew Michael very very well. I spent even more time with him,
yeah.
but all lovely people to work with, and just the most amazing experience.
Oh, that's so good to hear, Carl. It's yeah, I've never really spoken to someone who's been in your position before. So um, someone who's worked on a big Hollywood movie. It's so good to hear these sort of behind the scenes stuff. Um,
I mean, it's I think what's so lovely is that when you're there that there are people that can be, as we know, that can have that edge to them, that sort of ego. But I think
yeah, definitely.
you really felt there, and especially with Tim, that because he was so down to earth, so lovely, and encouraging, and all the different things that he allowed me to sort of work with. When you've got people like that, it brings out the best in you. Then it doesn't sort of put you under any. You are under pressure in the sense that you want to get it so right, and
Yeah,
that
yeah,
time is money, and the cameras are rolling, and all the setup that's there. But I did feel that everybody was with you, and the support and the synergy, that it made it a real dream. And then when I was able to go and do some publicity stuff as well, and some sort of work with the suit for the PR department, that was an even bigger bonus for me as well, to be involved in that.
yeah. Those amazing photos with the car,
Oh, yes, I
they are
mean,
awesome. I've tried to replicate those a few times. Can't quite get it. I can't
well,
quite
you've
get it
done
to
very
dance
well.
properly, but um, getting there. A bit more practice. But yeah, talk me through those.
Well,
Talk me through that. How was that experience?
yeah, well, it was already very exciting when the PR department said to me, "Look, Carl, we want to really showcase you. Being a professional dancer, you know how to hold yourself, how to work with costumes and things. We'd love to see you in these various shoots." And then when they said to me, "Oh, you're going to be working with Herb Ritz," I thought, "Oh my God!" I mean, this was a guy that because I love photography as well, and
Yeah.
I love photographers, so I followed a lot of them. I followed the British ones like David Bailey and Terence Donovan, and all different ones, the Americans, or wherever. And Herb was somebody I'd been to an exhibition to, prior, and it just blew me away. And then when I got to work with him, it was like, you could have knocked me over with a feather, I think, really, because I just loved his style. I mean, he was the one, wasn't he, that everybody was clamoring
Yeah.
to work with. So all the models, the actors, the actresses, you name it, singers, they were all there. And so yeah, when I went in the studio, Michael had just shot with him previously, and then I got taken in, and his assistants were setting up the shot. So I was always watching everything like a hawk. And then I came in, and he was just like a master. He just knew when things were right, and we went through some different shots. I came up with that prayer pose, as you know, and some of the things we did together. But yeah, just incredible, because I think the worst thing for me was that I wanted to just see everything that he'd shot. But I did say to him, "Look, do you think I'd be able to get a copy, of one of them or whatever?" And fortunately, he let me have several. But
That's
you
good.
just, again, if you're working with people of that caliber that are just so professional and so nice, it then just brings out again, the very, very best in you, and then they can allow you to develop things yourself, your own ideas. I remember, that shot that Tim Burton did on top of the Batmobile.
Yeah, the standing on it.
Uh, that was a guy I'd love to work with as well, Terry O'Neill. He was the guy responsible for that photograph, and I'd love to work with him. And I thought, well, how did I miss out on that one? Not being too greedy, but
Yeah,
he was an iconic photographer. I mean, he'd done some great shots with all kinds of people, whether it like Hendrix or whatever, or Mick Jagger, various people. But I'm grateful for what I did get. But yeah, that car is just mind blowing, isn't it? When you
uh,
see it.
to this day, I still just can't get enough of that car. Um,
No.
I've got some model versions in my glass cabinet there of it. Um,
Fantastic.
but yeah, there is actually a real one in New South Wales
Yes. Yes.
that a guy has built who does some charity work. So I have actually hit him up about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You
So
should
if I
get
go
you to.
if I go to Sydney Comic Con, which I sort of want to I want to do, which is in September, I think. So I'll have to hit him up so I can get driven in with that.
Yes, you need to be there. You need to be there. You look
I
so
just,
good with that car.
oh, definitely, just to stand next to it and have a photo with it would be amazing. Um,
Yeah.
but to be driven in it,
When you see it in the flesh, yeah, when you see it in the flesh, it's just awesome. You know, I know the design isn't very practical for going around corners, but for driving straight, it is brilliant.
that's why we've got.
But
That's why we have the grapple hook on the side, so you can just swing it out,
that's
grab
right.
a pole, and you're good.
Yeah, this is it. When you've got your gadgets, yeah,
Exactly.
you're there, right? But
So
yeah,
out
it's
of,
so sleek, so
it
beautiful.
is. It's just one of those design things that has just stood the test of time, as well.
Yes, yeah,
Um, it will never. It will never. That design will just never die. It's so iconic. Um,
no, that's right.
and just watching that scene when they come out and get in the car. Oh, which one? And that angle shot of it is just. It's just so
Oh,
boss.
it is, isn't it? It is so
Yeah.
boss that one, and it takes me back, thinking how because there's a guy also that I managed to have some time with his Batmobile, the replica, and just reminded me how small that cockpit is, and I just thought, even now, how the hell did I get in there? But it's amazing when you put your mind to something, what you can achieve, and
That's true. Yep.
with speed and efficiency and momentum, I was able to get in there very very quickly and slickly. But um, yeah, it's just everything about that car. It's just phenomenal, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. Um, yeah. I was probably going to ask you how you went getting in it. Um, how'd you go with the cape? Was it hard getting the cape in as
Yeah,
well?
well,
Or?
I mean, sometimes because people have asked me, like in photographs as well, that the length of the cape was that a shortened cape, and sometimes I think because you're very much in the moment, you're concentrating, you've got everything, all eyes are upon you, if you like, when you're doing a scene, and I wasn't there thinking, oh, this is 4 inches shorter than the other one or whatever. I just got on with whatever they threw at me. So I've got a feeling it could have been a little bit shorter, that cape anyway. But I think with me, I've always studied people throughout my life, and your heroes like Bruce Lee and how efficient he was, and I'd studied all these different people, and I'd done a lot of strength and mobility type exercises and things. And so that I knew the best way for me to do that was like a gymnast, really, on a sort of a pommel horse that I needed to sort of whip my legs and glue them together. I mean, there is definitely methods within all these things, and you're thinking as well. I think using some independence where I could literally whip the cape back, in a way that I wouldn't snag it or jar it, and that the legs had gone in, the cape was swished back, all these different things, if you like, the mechanics, but
Yeah.
fluid mechanics, so that you're allowing that to really work. So that I knew that I needed to really slip in very, very quickly. And it just happened with all these different things. And I think, with being a drummer, you're used to independence with your limbs and dancing as well. And I just harnessed all those different skill sets, if you like, to do that. Because people can just jump in, but it's not going to happen. You've got to be able to point the feet and the legs, glue the legs, and really
Yep.
get in there quick. So yeah, they were the kind of methods I used, really, with lots of different things. The landing shot, the gliding shot, and also working that cape, because yourself, that cape is is very heavy. It's fantastic, but then you also want to make it look as though it's not any kind of restriction or any sort of weight to you, that you're able to work it. And
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, they were methods I went through in my head, and also feeling it in my body, and having a little bit of time to practice as well. All of these things help that character. So yeah, I think that's how these things work.
So if you think about all the scenes that you did, do you have a favorite?
This is always a difficult one because they're
I
all
could imagine.
so meaningful. But I think I still stand by the Axis Chemical one, which, funny enough, I knew it was very, very high, and then I met up with the Batsuit Wrangler William Todd Jones recently at the Never Ending Fantasy Con, and we hadn't seen each other for the 35 years, which was mad.
Oh wow.
But I managed to, yeah, I managed to say to him, look, how high was that building? I mean, I know it was high, and people have kind of, maybe not realized, but I think he said it was at least 75 feet high. May have even been a bit more, to be honest. But I think what gave me the most satisfaction was the fact that I didn't have any safety measures there, which was ludicrous, really, total madness. But
Yeah, but
can
it
you
works
imagine?
so well.
I mean, I think in my mind it was like, I've got to make this. I want to make this look great, but I also want to preserve myself. So, because if I slip off here, that's it.
Yeah.
I've had it. I wouldn't have been in a very good, condition. But I think that gave you so much fulfillment, knowing that it was incredibly dangerous, but I was able to harness all my skill sets, if you like, and bring everything to the fore, where I could get close to the edge, and make it very theatrical, and not stumble and not fall, and all of those things. But it it just was the sense of achievement, knowing that they were really happy. Second unit who were filming that particular scene, Peter McDonald, and I came away thinking, wow, I can't wait to see this in the movie. But I'd run a lot further than you actually see on the rooftop. I'd run quite a distance before stopping, but I
Yeah.
think they just felt that they needed that a little bit more close too. So that was the piece that they used. But you know, it's realizing what goes in. It's not straightforward at all, to make things look right. And we know that the 89 suit was cumbersome, restrictive, whatever. But I never
Yeah.
ever felt that. I never ever felt that. I mean, I made the
You just
suit
made it
work for
work for you,
me.
Carl.
Yeah, that's it, Steve. I mean, I didn't think of it, oh, this is restricting me, or any of those negatives. I
Yep.
just thought, this is the best costume I've ever had, and I can't wait to work with it. So that was the feeling, that I got from that.
That's fantastic to hear. Um, we are running out of time. I've only got 2 minutes, I think. So
Oh, oh,
that's okay. We'll wrap it up. Okay, Carl. That's about all we have time for. So thanks for doing that chat with me.
it's been a pleasure, Steve, honestly. And I always love interacting with you because you've done some great posts. You've really tickled me, and it's been lovely to see your posts where you've had references to me, and I think you're fantastic. I really do, and
Thank you,
I
Carl. I
do hope
appreciate
one
that.
day I'll get to. No, I really mean it, and I really do hope I'll get to see you at some point, because I love Australia, and I'd love to get back there. And if there is a possibility, whatever, but just keep up that great work, Steve, and we'll rejoice in the anniversary. that is so close
Absolutely,
now,
Carl.
and
Absolutely. We will.
we'll live in hope that more happens, Steve, as well.
We're fingers crossed, legs crossed, everything crossed. Thanks for staying up late. Um,
It's a pleasure. I wouldn't miss it for you. I wanted this to happen, and I'm so glad we've made it happen. So thank you as well for making it.
no worries, Carl. Thank you. And we'll talk again soon. Have a good night.
Yeah, absolutely. All the best, Steve. Take
Thanks.
care.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers. Bye.
There you have it, our chat with Carl Newman, who was Michael Keaton's movement double on the 1989 Batman film. I do want to thank Carl for having a chat with me. It was quite late in London at the time, so I thank him for that. You can follow Carl on socials. His Instagram is balletbat1989, and he has a website, balletbat1989.com. If you want some merchandise from him, make sure you go to his website and check it out. Well, make sure you like and subscribe and hit the notifications button. That way you won't miss any future videos. There are some more to come out soon on my return suit and 89 suit and the 89 and returns boots. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And I'll catch you another time. For now, see you later.